Hello Cancer, welcome to my channel, The Mother Speaks Tarot. My name is Allison. My channel is new, so please subscribe and hit the bell button. Also comment, like, share, all of that would be very much appreciated. Thank you so much. A big thank you to all my subscribers. I love you all. I'm also an author. I'm writing an action-adventure love story series on twin flames. They are superheroes. I've written 2 books in the series so far. It's called Perception, the Two Yet One, books 1 and 2. You can find links to purchase my books from Amazon in the description box below. To open the description box, all you got to do is hit the little black or gray arrow right beneath the video. You can also find links in the description box to view trailers that I created for each of my books. They give hints to the storyline. You can also find links to lives from Facebook that I am uploading here to YouTube. I'm reading book 1 aloud to my Facebook friends and followers. We're having a lot of fun with that, so if you like superheroes, free audiobooks, you might want to check it out. We're all having a great time. I have 18 chapters in the book, and I've read up to chapter 9. So I'm halfway through the book, so I'm not missing any chapters in there. Just haven't read it all the way. You can also find links for my authors page on Facebook as well as my personal wall. You can also find links to view lives that I uploaded about my my personal story. I made these lives on Facebook several years ago explaining my life. You can also find a link to my friend April's new astrology channel. If you're left with any astrological questions from this reading, check her out, subscribe, she's wonderful. If you would like a personal reading, I am now offering those. If you would like to book a reading, all the information is also in the description box below. This is the Celtic Cross reading. I read it differently, the Celtic Cross spread, rather. I read it differently than other readers, so I'll explain the positions as I go. This is also a timeless reading. If you're attracted to it, I trust that's when it's right for you. I read major arcana cards as messages about your divine blueprint. Your divine blueprint is the plan that you made before you incarnated as the person that you are to learn certain lessons that will raise the vibration of your soul. And I read the minor arcana cards as messages about your free will as a being. Also, when a card is upside down, it doesn't have a separate meaning. It means that that energy is not in full force, meaning it's not fully manifested. And depending on its position and my intuition, that's how I read what it means. Now, in the heart of everything for you at this time, Cancer, you have Scorpio energy. There might be a Scorpio in your life right now, or this is a huge change that's going on for you, okay? If you hear anything in the background, that's just Jurassic Park going on in the other room. Okay, so you'll see that this card is right side up, so this is definitely happening right now. You are in the midst of some sort of major change that is directly part of your divine blueprint. Okay, this is a major arcana card, and it is right side up, and so this means that there is some sort of change going on. Now the death card isn't just major change, it's also like Phoenix energy. So whatever change this is, you're going to be better for it. And it looks like it has something to do with some sort of conflict, okay? And like I was saying, that you'll be better for it is that this is conflict, this is drama, this is arguments. But the thing about the wands is that it will be constructive at the end. It will be, this is the Phoenix energy that I was talking about here in the death card, is that you'll be, there will be a constructive outcome. Okay, now the card that is directly affecting what's going on at the heart of everything for you is always red right side up. This is fire energy. This is that just said whoop. Totally just dropped that. Sorry about that. Okay, so you'll see that's Leo right there. This fire energy is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, and this is particularly there. So this could have something to do with the Leo for you, or it's just passionate. It's fire is energy itself. It also has to do with this could be something going on with your career. Wands are directly related to career, and fire energy is also spirit. Okay, so this could have this conflict could have to do with any number of those things. You'll know which one it is for you. Now, at the root of everything, you have not gone on some sort of journey just yet. There's a journey that you need to take. Okay, this is air energy. This is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius energy. This card in particular has Aquarius, and we've got Mercury up here, so I'm thinking it has something to do with Mercury retrograde going on. This card is called Science because this is where you ask a question, you're left with more questions, and then you keep going, and that's basically what scientists do. This is gathering information, asking the essential questions, and I always like to see this cross as the masculine and this rose in the center as the feminine, and so that is the divine. All questions pointing to the divine. Why am I here? Why does this happen? Those kind of deep questions and stuff you should be asking about your life. They should be, really pretty deep. In the Rider-Waite deck, this is a person or two in a boat, and all the swords are in the bow of the boat, and they're moving on. They're moving on from choppy waters to calm waters. So I'm just feeling like this probably has a combination of both, and it's just not in full power yet. It's upside down. Okay, so there's probably some conflict. This conflict, you need to ask some serious questions. Okay, you need to think about this and really go on this mental journey. And once this is concluded, you'll be able to move on from it, from the choppy waters to the calm waters. Okay. Now, here's what's in the energy that is moving out of your life section. Just keep in mind these things can always come back in. This is telling me at some point, since this is right side up, at some point you were going in, you were deep. Okay, you went into yourself and you were asking yourself essential questions. That's what this is. This is enlightenment from within. This is when we all know what a hermit does. Okay, they go away from everyone and they're alone and they meditate and they basically contemplate and meditate on themselves until they understand themselves better. That's what you do with this card. This is the star in the Hermit's Lantern. The star represents healing. The star card in the deck represents healing and all your hopes and dreams. And so there's times when you just have to take some time to do that. And I think you were doing that. And that is part of this, where you kind of stopped. Okay, that's why this is upside down. This is asking essential questions. Okay, except this is limited to air energy, which is logic, thoughts, words. Now, if it had been the Princess of Cups, it would be you going inside to understand your emotions, which is your energy, Cancer, water energy. But the Hermit is doing all of it. Understanding your emotions, understanding your mind, your logic, your thoughts, how the ways that you think, understanding your heart, your health and your wealth, and your passion, and your spirit. That's what the Hermit is, okay? So you were doing this at some point. That's why it's right side up, but it's moving out of your life. So it means that you stopped. And I think that's what the Science card is trying to tell you, that you still have some essential questions to ask. It could be that this is the only part that you left out. You may have, learned about your emotions, your health and your wealth, and your passions, but you forgot to ask yourself the essential questions about how you think and what your logic is. So until you do that, you won't be able to move on, okay? So the next two cards are future cards for me as a reader most of the time. This is an immediate future, and this one would happen after it, but they've been changing themselves up on me, so now I just have to read them and use my intuition to figure what is going on here. Now, I read down and in a clockwise motion, and so this is the one we're going to read first here. Now, in your future here, I wanted to say your immediate future. Ooh, okay. Well, we'll see. You'll see that he's right side up. Okay, a future card that is right side up means this energy is full on manifested. This is going to happen. So this is you getting a new perspective in order to get enlightenment. So you're really looking for enlightenment these days when you've got the hermit over here. See, now what the hanged man does is he hangs himself on purpose in order to get a new perspective on life, and you'll see that his head kind of glows just a little bit. That's because he's getting enlightenment. Sometimes you have to look at things a different way to understand it. And so I think that's what's you're being told right here too. You really have to examine what's going on with this conflict, with this giant change that is obviously a huge part of your divine blueprint. So to learn the lessons that are part of your divine blueprint, I mean, you see these blue lines right here? They always remind me of the divine blueprint, like heavy, okay? Everlasting life. He's hanging from everlasting life. Wisdom of the serpent. He's got a serpent around his leg here, okay? There's a bit of sacrifice that needs to be done when you see with the with this like Jesus imagery going on here. And then this green, it's all about healing. He's trying to heal, okay? And now, yeah, you need a new perspective. You're going to be looking for a new perspective, and you may have to do a little bit of some sort of sacrifice, you know, to get that. The sacrifice for the hanged man is actually hanging himself upside down. So I'm not talking about, you know, like other kind of sacrifices, but you'll know, and it's not going to be a harmful sacrifice to anything, okay? I don't condone things like animal sacrifice or anything like that. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about sacrificing yourself for another person. I'm not talking about not eating enough or anything. So you'll know this is going to be a constructive type of sacrifice, because all he's doing is hanging upside down, okay? And, you know, all right, you'll understand. You know what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so the next future card that you have here is you're going to have the upper hand. It has not quite manifested yet. That's why it's upside down. It's got Mars right here. Mars is in retrograde, like I said. Now, these are the two wands cards that are very similar. Okay, this one represents a conflict as well. So while you're in the middle of this conflict, that's going to end up constructively for you. This one means you're going to have the upper hand. So, yeah, that's why this is your immediate future, because what you got to do is you got to ask yourself these essential questions by looking at it at a different perspective. That's why I said this was your immediate future. And then this card will flip, and you will have the upper hand. And so some of you might be having this conflict with a Leo, because there's Leo, okay? This is all very fiery. This is a fiery conflict. This is you feeling defensive, but this means you're going to have the upper hand, okay? Knowing yourself better, knowing how you think, looking at it from a different perspective, that's going to give you the upper hand, okay? Once things are clear in your mind, you'll be able to communicate better, okay? Now, the next energy that we read is your hope card. And now, while I don't normally read reversals, I just don't see you hoping for any kind of toxicity. Because that's what this means. You know, this is, you know, toxicity, this is negativity, this is manipulation, this is not the good kind of devil card here. Sometimes he's hot and passionate. If this had been a love reading, which it doesn't look like, in fact, wands are very much career oriented, so this may have something to do with a change in your career, okay? These two wand cards are very clear that this is probably your career or what you do during the day or something you're just very passionate about, okay? Now, it's obviously a lot to do with your life, too. This could even be your spiritual path, if you're on a spiritual path, because that would talk about why all your questions should be centered, should be pointing at spirit here. And all of these spiritual cards right here, there's a big, big focus on your divine blueprint. So for some of you, this is your spiritual path. And so, no, you wouldn't be hoping for something that is toxic, manipulative, addictions. No, I don't think so. So this is in reverse. So what it means in reverse, usually, is throwing off your shackles, being freed from some sort of bondage that is uncomfortable and toxic and horrible. So right now, I think this conflict is probably really bugging you, and you just want to be free of it. That's what you're hoping for. And since this is a major arcana card, this is saying that learning this, okay, this new perspective, mastering your mind, understanding what's going on, then yeah, this is a huge lesson for you. So what you're hoping for, to be freed of this situation, is a lesson that you're going to take with you. Now, right now, this is your environment. Okay, this is more sword energy, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius energy. This one in particular is Gemini. Here we've got Mars again, bugging us. This Mars in Aries retrograde is bringing out a lot of aggression, a lot of things like this in us. Okay, it's now, and this is worry. Okay, this is, of course, sometimes someone can be being cruel to us. Okay, this situation right here could seem cruel, but like I said, this card ends up being a constructive thing. It has a constructive ending. Sometimes this is like sparring. People spar to get better at learning their martial arts or whatever, okay? Now, I don't think that's what this is about. I think this is some sort of conflict, like an argument or something going on in your life. But that's what I mean by constructive, okay? So I think that you're overthinking this, okay? You're overthinking the bad part of it. What you need to be thinking about is it in a different way. You need to be looking at the way you're thinking, your modes of thought, and how they center around life itself, okay? How you think in general in your life, okay? Now, this card, the advice for this card, since it's right side up and it's on full on in power, this is you overthinking, having nightmares, not being able to sleep. Just find somebody that you trust and have a nice conversation with them about this conflict, and they'll help you probably calm your fears, because while somebody could be being cruel to you, you're also being cruel to yourself by not allowing yourself to sleep, but with all this worry. This is over worry, overthinking, all that stuff. Okay, so the advice is to go ahead and talk to somebody that you trust, somebody who can calm you down. If you have a counselor, or a therapist, they could help you out with this kind of thing. And most of the times you'll find that you're making a mountain out of a molehill. And once you figure out, like I said, once you figure out this new perspective, you'll have the upper hand. So this is very important to examine this conflict so that it can end up being constructive. Now, this is your fear card, okay? And all queens are control. They have, like this one, if she was like this and she wasn't in the fear section, like right here, the center of the reading, you'd be feeling like really good about yourself. She was just in Pisces, the center, at the heart of everything. This was Pisces reading that I just did. And this means that you'd be really, feeling good about yourself, feeling confident, feeling sexy, knowing exactly what you're doing, in control of all your power, all that, okay? But here she is, upside down. And since you've got these wands here, and she's the Queen of Wands, this is telling me this is directly related. This is you being afraid that you're not going to be in your power, that you will not be as confident, that you will not be in control of your passion, that you are not going to be looking good and feeling good. That's the complete opposite, okay? So I don't know what the reverse meaning for the Queen upside down is, except maybe she's just being mean or something, or some sort of distorted feminine energy perhaps. But this is what I'm feeling, is that this is you being afraid that you will not be the things that she represents, okay? And like I said, what she represents is being confident in your power, being attractive, beautiful, sociable, with lots of friends, people who like this person, an attractive person. This is an attractive person who's, in their power, okay? So I think that you're afraid that you won't be those things. Now, here's the outcome. Now, this is not the opposite of this. This is manifesting, okay? This is now coming into being. The outcome will be you taking some sort of leap of faith. And because this is a major arcana card, this is meant to be. This whole lesson here, like I said, this is a big part of your divine blueprint. And after you have the upper hand and this is resolved, you are going to take it, or perhaps you're going to take a leap of faith when you understand that you've got the upper hand. When you understand that you're in your power. You take that leap of faith. Faith in what? Faith in spirit. I believe this is really about spirit. This is about why you're here. This is about your life in general. This is about your divine blueprint. This is about all the elements. We've got earth. We've got air. We've got fire. We've got water. And we've got spirit. All this yellow. And, even the sun. All this. Look at how innocent he is. He's a happy guy. Okay? Because he knows how to use all the elements and he totally trusts spirit. He totally trusts in the divine, which is why he looks like that. Which is why a tiger chewing on his leg over here doesn't bug him. Okay? He knows how to hold fire in his hand. Is he holding a piece of fire? You can't hold a piece of fire. There's no pieces of fire. So how's he doing that? It's because he trusts. He is just trusting in spirit and taking that leap and understanding that spirit has his back. Understanding that life is what it is and that this is where he needs to go. And he trusts in spirit even though he doesn't know exactly what's going to happen. He trusts that he's going to be fine. No matter what happens, he knows he's going to be fine. Okay? So this is not fully manifested yet because this hasn't manifested yet. Because this hasn't manifested yet. Okay? So the underlying message that we have here under the deck here is love. An offer of love. An offer. Cancerian energy. There you are. Maybe this is you offering love to yourself. Loving yourself. And all nights are bringers of change. Okay? So the change is maybe someone offering you a cup of love, but I feel strongly that for some of you, this is you loving yourself, finally knowing yourself, and trusting yourself in spirit. And this is going to be a huge change in your life, and it's going to be voluntary because this is a minor arcana. This is a court card, yes. This is going to put you in line for the throne. You know what I mean? That's what a knight does. Oh, there's another knight. Yep, this is the knight that is more apt to become king. Because he does everything right. If you cover all your bases, this is your happiness, your joy in life, getting swept away. There's this tiger again. At this point, I would suggest that you look up the totem meaning of the tiger. Okay? And, yep, this is summoning your strength for the last battle. And, oh my goodness, are all the knights going to come out? Now, be careful. This knight goes a little too fast for his own good. Sometimes he's like kind of the opposite of this guy. Okay? Once you start to... You're going to have one last battle. Don't rush into it. Okay? There's something that you're not seeing. You need to see this. That's you again, Cancer. There's something. Here's the moon over here. So you need to see what is being offered to you before you can achieve balance. Okay? And where things will start working really well for you. And but make sure that you use your mind's eye to see what is trying to deceive you, and you can do that by diving deep. This is the Princess of Cups I was talking about. Dive deep into your emotions, Cancer. All right, so how much control do you have over this situation? I can gauge that by the number of major arcana to minor. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wow. See, just like what I was saying, this is a huge part of your divine plan for your life, your divine blueprint. Okay? This is all about getting to know yourself better. This is all about loving yourself. This is all about taking your time and getting to where you need to go. This is all about enlightenment. Enlightenment about who you are through great change and conflict. Okay? All right. Well, Cancer, that was your reading. Thanks, and see you next time.